Have you ever felt this way? You know you have potential, but your life doesn't seem to move in the direction you want. It's like there's a strong force inside you telling you to start something. Yet every time you're about to take a step, doubt appears. Confusion rises. You can, but you hesitate. You're capable, but you're unsure. Maybe this is the universe speaking through your feelings. And this video has come to you because it's time for you to receive the answer. Welcome back to this space of awareness. A place not just to find peace, but to find clarity. Here, we don't cover our wounds, we acknowledge them. Because you deserve to be the best version of your soul. The message in this video is intuitive, and its energy is collective. Take what resonates with you, and let go of the rest. Listen with your heart, not just your ears. Because this could be the wake-up call you've been waiting for. Now take a deep breath, calm your mind, and let these words find their way into you. Look within yourself. You are not empty. You have imagination. You have ideas. You carry good intentions and a deep urge that keeps whispering, you can. You must. You are worthy. But behind all that, why are you still silent? Why are your steps hanging in the air, never landing? The truth is, you're not lacking. What you face now is not incapability. It's because you have too many possibilities, too many choices, too many voices that make you doubt. You're afraid of choosing wrong. Afraid to take a step and regret it later. Afraid that what you build might collapse with just one mistake. So you think too long. You analyze everything. You wait for things to be clear, safe, and perfect only. Then you want to start. But life doesn't work that way. Clarity comes after you move, not before you walk. The universe is testing you, not on what you have, but on whether you dare to trust what's already inside you. Because your true power is not only in intention, but in the courage to take the first step, even without knowing the outcome. For so long, you've been holding yourself back. Opportunities have passed in front of you many times, but you kept thinking, overthinking, asking, what if I'm wrong again? So you delayed. And this delay made you feel stuck. But you're not stuck. You simply haven't chosen to move yet. Move even if you're not fully sure. Step even if things are not all certain. Because once you move with awareness, the universe will open the way. You don't need to be 100% sure. You just need to be brave enough to begin. And that courage will awaken all the potential that has been sleeping inside you. Have you noticed? Every time you want to make an important decision, you immediately ask for other people's opinions. Not because you're incapable, not because you can't think, but because you're afraid to be wrong, afraid to be judged, afraid to fail. So you keep asking people around you, do you think I should take this path? Would it be too risky? What if I make the wrong move? And the more people you ask, the more confused you become. Everyone gives you a different answer. Instead of growing confident, you grow even more unsure of your own intuition. You start focusing more on meeting others' expectations than listening to your own heart. This is why you feel disconnected from yourself. You're not lost because you don't know your direction. You're lost because you're adjusting too much to what others think is right. But your life fits not their responsibility. And no human outside of you can truly understand the depth of your soul. Only you can. Yes, you can consider others' advice, but you don't have to follow them all. In the end, it's you who will walk the journey. It's you who will feel the results. It's you who has to rise again if you fall. Stop hanging your life's direction on outside opinions. Start listening again to the voice inside. The voice you may have ignored, because it sounded too different or too unrealistic. But that's the key. What feels right in your heart doesn't need validation from the outside world. The more you dare to stand in the truth of your own soul, the clearer your path will become, and slowly your confusion will turn into certainty. Behind your doubts, there are unhealed stories. Behind your delays, there are wounds that still hold you back. Maybe once you had high hopes, but reality disappointed you. Maybe you once believed, stepped forward, tried and you failed. Maybe people laughed at you, called you foolish, or underestimated you when you dared to dream big. And since then, you changed. You became more cautious, more closed. You told yourself, I don't want to get hurt again. Better not expect anything. But do you realize? That's not wisdom, it's protection. It's not you becoming more mature, it's you covering your wounds to look strong. But inside, you're still afraid. Afraid that the same pain will repeat itself. That fear is what makes you unsure where to begin again. You try convincing yourself that you don't need to dream that big anymore. But a part of your soul keeps shouting, I still want to try. I still believe my life can change. I still want to have hope. This conflict is what keeps you stuck between two worlds. Wanting to step forward, but afraid to be hurt. Wanting to try again, but haunted by the past. But listen, your past wounds are not a sign that you should stop. They're a sign that you should be more aware, not more afraid. They want you to learn, not to surrender. What you need now is not to wait until the pain disappears, but to walk alongside the fear, to prove that you are stronger than your painful memories, because you are not a failure story. You are a soul in the process of healing. And every step you take today, no matter how small, is proof that you are not defeated by your past. You keep waiting for the perfect moment before you begin. You tell yourself, I'll start later when I'm ready. I still need to learn more. The timing isn't right yet, so you wait. You wait for the perfect time, the perfect mindset, the perfect finances, the perfect situation. You wait and wait until you forget. Life never promises perfection. You expect a green light from the universe, when in fact the universe is waiting for you to move. Even when the light is still yellow. You don't need all the answers to start. Often, the answers show up only after you decide. Your journey is not about knowing everything in advance. It's about trusting one step and letting that step open the next. But you're still afraid. Afraid to fail. Afraid to be imperfect. You think, if it's not 100% ready, then I shouldn't start. But do you realize, that's not careful planning. That's procrastination disguised as logic. That's not waiting for the right time. That's avoiding uncertainty. Perfection is an illusion, and if you keep waiting for it, you'll lose the moments that could have changed your life. Preparation is good, but don't use it as an escape. Because sometimes, too much thinking kills opportunities. Look at the people who move now. Many of them started half ready, half afraid. But the difference between them and those who stand still is that they didn't wait for the ideal. They created opportunities out of what they had. What matters is not perfection, but commitment. Not certainty, but courage. The more you try to avoid uncertainty, the further you move away from the dreams you know are worth chasing. So the real question is not when is the right time. The real question is, when will you stop delaying? You forgot that you're stronger than you think. Sometimes, the thing that stops you is not that you can't do it. It's that you've forgotten who you really are. You look back too often at failures, rejections, or negative words you once received, and you believe those moments define your limits. But they don't. They are just parts of your growth. You are stronger than the stories you repeat in your mind. You are greater than the doubts you whisper to yourself. But you won't see it if you keep standing in the same place. Every soul has doubts. Every person gets confused. But what separates those who succeed from those who don't is not how clear the path is, but how strong their belief is. And believe this: your greatest strength doesn't come from the moments when you feel confident and comfortable. It comes from the moments when you step forward, even with a trembling heart. You don't have to be perfect to start. You don't have to have everything to begin. Sometimes the only thing you need is to trust yourself more than the doubts, more than the fears. Because you have energy that can open doors, a vision that can inspire others, a dream that didn't come to you by accident. It's the calling of your soul. Don't shrink your potential just because you don't see results yet. Don't measure your worth from one failure. You are still growing, and this process is not about how fast, but how deeply you live it. Confusion is not the end. It's the sign that you're moving from the old to the new. And the only way to end confusion is to make a brave decision. A decision to stop standing still. A decision to trust. A decision to move. Not because everything is certain, but because you choose not to stay stuck anymore. So ask yourself now, do I really not know what to do? Or am I just not brave enough to trust myself completely? Your confusion is not the end. It's a sign that a new version of you wants to be born, but is still held back by the old version that's afraid. And the only one who can open the way is you. Don't wait for things to be perfect. Don't wait for everyone to agree. Don't wait until the fear is gone, because you can. And not only that you are destined for something greater, but destiny only moves when you take control of your life. Trust the process. Trust yourself. And trust that the universe wouldn't give you a big dream if you weren't capable of achieving it. You are not here just to survive. You are here to grow, to awaken, and to create a life that is aligned with your soul. The first step may be small, but its impact can change everything. And if you ever doubt, listen to these words carefully. You are able. You are worthy. And it is time you must move.